Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel Show.
Hello, everyone. I am Christian Ramirez. And this guy over here is
Daniel Garza.
And this is the Christian and Daniel Show.
Hey, Charlie. Welcome.
Hello, Charlie.
How's it going? Want to welcome everybody who's watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Thank you for joining the show. If you don't mind sharing this on your page so that other folks can watch along with you. If you're watching us on YouTube, scroll down, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll let you know every time there's a new post on our page. And remember, we got Christian and Daniel on Wednesdays. Soon, October 6th is our comeback for Zodiacs, Friday, October 6th. And then we've got some more put together, which I've got some news about that in a minute. And don't forget horoscopes every Monday, horoscopes on all of our channels. So go watch those out. Nancy, hello.
Oh, we were just talking about you. Daniel was hoping you'd be on, and so was I. Yay, welcome.
Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023, and it's hot.
Oh, and Nancy, all I can tell you is I wish this was filled with Coke. I wish I had my crunchy ice and Coke. I just thought it'd be like, oh my God, it'd be so good to be sipping on Coke right now.
Well, we're talking about you good or bad? Well,
oh, it was good. It's all good. Daniel's going to try and play it off like, oh, I'm going to be the little brother. No, it was all good.
Sure.
We adore you. We just adore you. And like I said, I wish I had my big thing of Coke, because this is exactly what you would do Coke in a swig life. It keeps the ice all nice and cold. And oh my Lord, I got this ice maker like, what, a few months ago now?
Yeah.
A couple months ago. And it makes Sonic ice. It makes the ice like Sonic uses. So it is so good. So yeah, Coke with that ice, oh my God. It's like basically getting a gigantic one from a place, but it's from home.
Somebody might be getting a big cup like that for Christmas. Just saying.
I know, right? Oh.
Those, we are not sponsored by, nor do we work for Swig. I don't have mine. It's in the kitchen. But Swig cups
they are incredible. This one, I mean, literally overnight, you could be in an 80-degree room, and in the morning, you'll still have a cup full of ice and ice cold water. Or at the very least, if it's like really hot, you'll have your water will still be ice cold, even though the ice may be gone.
I don't think. I haven't used it with hot stuff yet, but
I haven't either. There's been no reason to.
But cold stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like I think I mean you couldn't do coffee because the lid's plastic. You don't want to do coffee with plastic. But I'm thinking like,
but it's pretty solid. Show them your cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. And then we bought the reusable straws, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, then you have the straws, which you get. I highly recommend you get a solid color, because the non-solid colors actually come off, and you're like basically drinking whatever that paint is. Because mine all started stripping down and disappearing. I'm like, okay, I'm drinking this, so I think I'll switch to just a solid black or solid clear.
But we want to welcome everybody. Join the conversation.
These are what, 32 ounces here?
Yeah, those are the 32.
Oh, I easily hold a bottle, like a Mexican Coke. It'll hold a whole bottle.
Yeah, easy. Because that's so the one that I have. I have the 32 ounce at your place. Yeah. I have the 20 ounce at my place.
I love this 32. I use it constantly. I'm never not sipping on it.
Okay. But welcome everybody to the show. It is hot, and I'm heading out to Jose tomorrow. We just got over a hurricane.
Oh, we didn't get over a hurricane. In parts of Central California, meaning central, like outside of LA, the Inland Empire it's kind of central Southern California. It's called the Inland Empire. And Palm Springs got hit super hard with Hillary. She kicked their booties.
But for
Hardcore.
anybody who has never been in an actual hurricane, I mean, it's a blessing that all we got was rain and a little bit of wind. So I told you this the other day. I am so irritated with people who are like, that was then. Oh, that's a hurricane. I'm like, shut up. You have no idea what it's like to spend 9 days without electricity. You can't go to the grocery stores. You can't.
Like power goes out.
Yeah, everything goes out.
You worry about stuff in your fridge going bad. Like you don't want to open it unless you absolutely have to, and you have to have
after 9 days,
goods,
you can't use
water.
it. After 9 days, it's gone. You can't use it.
I mean, and it's true. Anyone from a Gulf state or the Gulf part of a state or the East Coast basically knows what a hurricane is, knows the real deal. We got a tropical storm that had high winds. It did have, now Palm Springs said they got a year's worth of rain in a day. And that's why Palm Springs flooded like crazy. Like they have feet, like 2 or 3 feet or more of mud covering all their roads, and the main highway, like the Highway 10, which is the main road that goes through, like you can get to Palm Springs from, all the connecting roads are closed. Like you cannot get to Palm Springs right now as of today. And it's been, what, 3 days, 4 days? Wait, the last rain was on Monday morning or Monday afternoon, Monday late morning. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, a day and a half later, the city shut down. Kids aren't going to the school district shut down. All the shops and all the businesses there are shut down. And understand, Palm Springs is a hardcore tourist city. Like that whole Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Cathedral City, all those cities in that area are hardcore. They rely on tourists, particularly during the summer. And they're shut down. So this is bad news for them. And then the mountain people dealt with tons of mudslides because we've had so many fires. California's foothills and mountains have not recovered with the appropriate amount of foliage. I said foliage. With the right amount of plants to keep mudslides from happening, because that's what plants do. Their root systems keep the dirt in place. But with that, because we have such young plants, mudslides happen all over the place. So there are parts of California that got their backsides kicked by Hillary. And she changed trajectory. Most people didn't know this, or they heard it, they didn't hear it, but the storm moved east quite a bit. So that's really why Los Angeles wasn't hit as hard as they were anticipating. Yeah,
I'm looking for the
a year's right there. It said a year's worth of rain in a 24-hour period. That's insane. Seniors, I mean, Palm Springs is it is basically a senior community. And that it's just tragic. People had to be rescued. It drenched it. So I'm not pretending like it didn't hit hard where it hit, but we just got lucky because it changed its track and it moved more east. Otherwise, I think LA would have had a very different story. Like Malibu would have had we probably would have shut down the PCH, and it would be pretty.
Some of LA did get heavy rain. They were
yeah. Well, anything east of the west side. The further east you went, the harder the rain was and the more rain they got. Like Compton got flooded out. Compton is a part of South Central LA, as you'll hear, or Southern Los Angeles, as they say on the news all over the country. They got hit pretty hard, and they had a lot of they had drains backing up and stuff.
Anyway, so that happened here. So we've been not really dealing with, but yes, kind of dealing with it.
And it was way less than we were told. Like everyone panicked way more than was necessary for what happened. But in the interest of being prepared, I would rather be over prepared for less than be under prepared for a huge, potentially gigantic storm that could have knocked electricity and phone communication services all off. So, and you got to think, there's emergency crews that were on standby for 2 days. Like there are people who did not get to see their families for 2 days for something that turned out on the west side to just be heavy, a day and night of heavy rain.
Yeah, because I mean, you come after the rain, you come after the fires.
Yeah,
and when everything gets burnt down, so that the mudslides are more
everything. Yeah, everything's more
ready to go.
literally.
And then on top of all that, we had an earthquake. So.
Oh yeah, in the middle of
Okay, that was funny though. Not funny that we get an earthquake, but funny that we're sitting on the couch and we're watching TV and you fell asleep.
Yeah, I woke up right before it actually.
And
like I knew, like some
I
part of
was
me knew.
okay. So I was working in San Bernardino, which is just northeast of here,
Which got hit really
which got hit pretty hard. Which I'm glad we
I'm so glad you
canceled that day. So I came home. So Sunday, we're just kind of napping on the couch and watching TV. And
I mean, and it was pouring. I mean, I'm not playing. It was really
it rained pretty hard. But then all of a sudden, we just felt the couch go, whoop.
Like it's like being on the ocean. It's like that's the sound I associate with that.
But okay, so this goes to show that after 14 years, I am officially Californian. Because I didn't feel it. Christian was the one who was like, that was an earthquake. I'm like, oh, it was an earthquake?
I'm like,
and then I looked online. Oh, no, you looked online. And yeah.
We both did. And we saw totally different numbers like for what magnitude. He saw 5, I saw 2.5. And I'm like, oh, that's barely, it doesn't even wake you up usually. And I'm a California native, so I've been here for the Loma Prieta, which was the big huge one that made San Francisco fall apart and the Bay Bridge fall apart, and the stacked highways which don't exist anymore, thank God, smash everyone. I was here for the big one, so I know. Like I don't get panicked. Like the earthquake would literally have to be pretty severe for me to react. Like, because I'm totally desensitized to them.
I've been wanting to call Martha and ask her, like, if she got a lot of rain out in Corona and her grandparents.
She's on her little post about her walk, and she said, yeah, they were drenched. They got a lot of rain.
Right.
But I think, again, some places just seem to be better prepared for it than others. I know I could say Culver City, where I live, the day before on Friday, they were cleaning out all the gutters, like, cleaning up all the leaves and branches and anything
that helped. That's what helped.
Yeah, they cleaned everywhere. Like all of Culver City was fine-tooth combed. Like all the drains were cleared, so there would be no obstructions to block the water and flood streets. And we didn't. Whatever Culver City did, it worked because we did not have any floods, and there was a lot of rain. I'm not playing. There was a lot of rain. So, like I said,
we're good.
A year's worth of rain in 24 hours.
But we did good. I want to send a couple of happy birthdays to a couple of very good friends of ours, close people. Anthony Dorsey.
Anthony Dorsey.
Who's Madeline's husband.
That's Madeline's
happy
husband.
birthday, Anthony. We love you. Oh. And one of my bestest, dearest friends for a long, long time, Roger Palomino.
Roger.
Happy birthday, Roger. Love you, man.
Feliz birthday.
We'll see you. I should have said Feliz birthday on there, right?
You always say Feliz birthday.
I always say Feliz birthday. I know I said that.
Yes,
and then today,
Charlie, the couch was moving. It was a rocking.
It was a rocking and a moving. So we got some action on Sunday night. National Today Day. This is an exciting one. Today is Levi Day.
It's Levi's Day?
Yes, today is National Levi.
It's little Levi's Day.
I sent his dad a little
That's cute.
share for everybody. This is where I get my national, like what do we celebrate today?
Nationaltoday.com.
So go check it out. But yeah, today's Levi Day. So he's what, like 9 now, maybe? Nancy can tell us. But cool kid. We haven't seen him in a while. But
he's like 15.
15. He's about to get married.
He's about to get married.
11. Wow.
Yeah, I thought he was a little older than that. Yeah, 11. Wow. He's at that. Woo! He's at the fun age.
The preteen kid.
Yeah. And these days, preteen is really different than when we were preteens.
Ain't it though?
Oh yeah. I can't believe he's 11. Oh gosh, it's been way too long.
Today is also because we're watching Drag Race Mexico, which Levi's Jeans Day. No, there actually is a Levi's Strauss Day. That is not today. I think it's somewhere in March. But today is anybody with the name Levi. Today.
Oh, it was actually the name Levi, literally.
Yeah,
So
the name Levi. There's actually a jeans day and there's a Levi Strauss day. But today is the name Levi. Anybody with the name Levi, today is your day. Today is Trixie Mattel, the drag queen. Today is her day. She has a day. For anybody who does not know who Trixie Mattel is, she is a very
famous, yes.
Yeah, she has her own,
drag race,
talk show. She has her own show. She has a
whole
hotel.
bunch of little shows.
She actually has a hotel in Palm Springs. Let me find a good picture of her.
Hope it stayed okay. But yeah, Trixie is known for her. She has a very extreme makeup style that very few drag queens use. It's basically completely not blended, very straight lines. It's very distinctive. So it's very Trixie. She's very smart. It's her signature, but it's just not one of my favorite styles.
There's Trixie Mattel.
That's more blended than I've ever seen.
Yeah, because I think that's for a shoot. When she's just not, when she's on her own, it's
very
different.
severe.
Yeah. But anyway, that's Trixie Mattel for anybody who's interested.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Emery. And she's 34 years old. 34 years old.
Okay. So they're celebrating her on her birthday, obviously. So yeah.
That's pretty cool. And I love that she has a hotel in Palm Springs. That's a huge investment. So
there's a whole show on her remodeling the rooms. So I want to go stay there one day.
Oh, I totally do too, just because. It's big. I'm assuming it would attract drag queens. I'm assuming she would do something drag queen too.
There's a lot of pink.
Oh, no doubt of that.
I'm gonna go see that.
Pepto-Bismol Hotel.
So when I was looking up the today's days, Emery, I didn't even say hello, Emery. Hi, Emery. Today is, which is one of my favorite sandwiches, but I can't eat it anymore. Cuban Sandwich Day. Today is National Cuban Sandwich Day.
No, the Cuban sandwiches are good.
Remember the one time that I made some at home?
Ooh, they were big.
I ain't gonna lie. I make a killer Cuban sandwich. Couldn't you just throw on 24 pounds of makeup?
Yeah.
Wow, Trixie Day.
Yeah, voila.
Don't give me any ideas.
No, you're right, Emery. And it is like a lot of makeup.
There's a lot of makeup.
Like that picture Daniel showed was the most blended I've ever seen that woman have on her face.
But go check her. She's got she
has a whole bunch of shows, like little shows. She's done shows with Bianca Del Rio. She's done shows with all her buddies from the RuPaul. She's, if you're part of the RuPaul family, basically they all work with each other.
I do have. Thank you for asking, Carly. Thank you for saying that. And I'm glad my sister's here because this is a true story based on a sandwich. My favorite sandwich is mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, avocado, ham, American cheese, and mustard. That is my favorite, with a side of Doritos and a Coke. That is my favorite. So when I was a kid,
so folks know that Daniel has simple tastes.
Yeah.
That's his favorite sandwich. And, just like his favorite cake, which is so basic, it's his joy.
Simple. I mean, you know how excited I get over a bean taco, and that's beans and tortilla. But when I was a kid, and my sister's on here, she can fess up to this. When I was a kid, and she used to work for this plastic bag company, and I used to love it because she used to bring plastic bags home. Again, I would get excited over plastic bags, but chips and salsa, yes, and sandwich, chips and salsa, can't beat it. But I used to love the original Doritos, like the original
original ones.
Yeah, non-flavored. But she would come home at midnight from work, and I would always be up waiting for her.
Oh,
and I would because I was a little porker when I was a kid. So I would be like, I wasn't chunky. I just like to eat a lot.
You weren't. You just
But I
you
would be
still-
like, I was like, are you hungry? And she'd be like, no, I'm really tired. I'm like, no, you need to eat something. You're hungry. And she'd be like, no, I'm really tired. I'm like, I'm gonna go make you a sandwich.
yeah.
And I
You,
would go to the kitchen.
I'm doing it for you.
Yes, it was the yellow bag corn Doritos, the original
Yeah.
Doritos. Well, actually, the original ones had like a seasoned flavor, and then they came out with the non-flavored ones. And
They almost have like a taco seasoning on them.
so in the house that we had in Dallas, it had a bedroom, like a little den, and then the living room. My parents slept in the living room forever, and it was right next to the kitchen. So I would go into the kitchen, pretending to be as quiet as I could. You better watch it. Yeah. Oh, really? At this stage, after 4 seasons, you think he's gonna? And but I would go and make. My mom's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm making a sandwich for Nancy. She's hungry."
I'm being a saint.
I'm being a good little brother. I don't know about y'all, but I'm being a good little brother and making her a sandwich. Of course, I would make a sandwich for me and a sandwich for her, knowing full well that she was gonna fall asleep.
And knowing that no one should ever eat alone.
Nobody should go to bed hungry. Not on my watch, sister. Not on my watch. So, but one thing that, okay, I don't know now, looking back, I don't know. Yeah, for you. I don't know if, like, looking back, like, I knew the intent, because Nancy always had long hair, and I would comb her hair while she was laying down, and she would fall asleep. And well, you couldn't let a good sandwich go to waste. I mean, you've already got in trouble for making it. You might as well eat it. So almost every night,
Not just making one, you made 2.
I would eat mine with my Doritos. And then I'm like, oh, she fell asleep. I can't let this go to waste. So I would eat her sandwich too. And they were
I
big
know.
sandwiches. They were big sandwiches. But my mom
bet
every night, man, I risked getting in trouble with my parents for my sister. That's how much I love my sister, not the sandwiches, her. But that's been forever and ever my favorite sandwich. So
Yeah. What a lover. What a giver.
you
Just
know,
give, Daniel.
that's how I do, Christian. That's how I do.
It is. Like, it's so annoying being with someone who just gives and gives and
Doy.
gives.
I just doy all the time.
It's so hard.
Oh, look, these are the original Doritos. They're actually, oh, they're at Ralph's. They have them at Ralph's? I didn't know they had them at Ralph's again.
I wouldn't know.
Hold on, let me show this. But
Yeah, exactly.
no. I feel like she wants to add to the story. But you got when you got in trouble with your parents, and my mom, not with my dad. My dad, I think my dad spanked me like twice, but my mom did. My mom did have a good hand with chancla. Yeah, I love simple everything and always no onions, or I'm gonna break up records to get away. Oh, you always can.
You always convince
Oh,
me.
you always convince me. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I was like, that's why I'm saying now. Like, I wonder if as a kid, I was already like manipulating the situation to my benefit.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
the originals, right?
Those are the original Doritos.
Nice.
The non-flavor one. Those are just regular tortilla chips. But they didn't have them for a long time. I can't believe Ralph's have them. I'm stopping at Ralph's on the way home tonight.
Okay, picking up a bag.
Picking up a bag.
I remember the original Doritos had like a taco, almost like taco seasoning on them. They had a.
But those.
I liked those when I was a kid, though. The ones with the flavor, not nacho cheese, but whatever that was. It was like taco seasoning to me.
Taco flavor. Okay, so here.
Yeah.
This is the one. This is the original.
Which had the
Doritos.
taco.
Right, which had the taco flavor seasoning on it. Oops. There we go.
Yeah, I remember that when I was exactly. That's exactly what it looked like. My mom would get those every so occasion.
But I didn't like those because they had flavor on them.
I like the taco flavor.
I wanted the non-flavored kind. So
Because you like to gussy them up your way.
yes, because the taco flavor didn't go good with salsa. Oh, because it was a Coke, a glass of Coke, a sandwich, chips, and salsa. Because that's how I was. Yeah, you can find the taco season ones. Those are pretty popular right now.
Oh yeah.
We'll go out and get a few bags, and they still have.
Yeah, Dan, go get a bag of taco seasoning.
Yeah, well, it just said they have them at Ralph's. I'm gonna.
Yeah, get one of each.
What is it though? Is it the one?
The Ralph's is over by Denny's and
Yeah. Which I'm stopping to get food on the way.
Yeah.
So anyway, so what's y'all's favorite sandwich? If you can make your best sandwich, what is your favorite sandwich?
You know, I try to think. It has to be. I love breakfast foods, so I really love my favorite sandwich in adult time is probably the breakfast sandwich at Cafe Vida down the street. It's whole grain bread that's been toasted, an egg over medium, so the yolk is just not runny, but runny enough to make everything delicious. A couple slices on each side of avocado, which I usually don't like, but I love it on the sandwich. And then a slice of smokehouse cheese, Tillamook cheese, and apple smoked bacon. It's like a BLT basically, but with an egg. So BLTE.
With BLTE, as Charlie says, for me, it's the traditional ham and cheese, and on occasion, I'll make a Mexican torta. Mexican tortas are good. What do you put in your torta? What do you put in your torta? I like milanesa on my tortas.
Yeah, I think that's the only one you should use on a torta. You don't want to use Best Foods or Helms.
I don't like. I mean, the Mexican style fried chicken, basically what it is, but it's Mexican style. Because anything shredded, I feel like anything shredded, like always falls out. Anyway, for the rest of you, what is your favorite sandwich? What do you put in it? And share with us. Maybe we'll try it, make it one day. What else we got? Today is also now that I've been paying for my own flights, it depends on my mood if I want to put whatever.
Yeah,
but I do like the bolillos. We do go to just to end up.
To Northgate. And
bolillos
are.
But they have the minis
out of those.
I like the little minis because you can just put something in it and it's quick lunch.
It's really quick. Yeah, it's so good.
I'll have to make a sandwich for next time.
Daniel introduced me to them, and it is very addictive. Like if they came in bags, not individual. If we bought like bags and bags, I'd have them done in like 2 days.
Well, they're 3 little bolillos. They're probably the size of my hand.
No, I'm talking about the regular ones that are kind of longer. Wider.
Oh, you like the bigger ones?
Well, yes, of course, but but I also like both. One is good for a snack. I like the little ones because you can make a quick snack out of them and they toast really quick. I like the bigger ones because the larger bread rolls because they're bigger. They're more of a meal. Like I feel like that's a meal.
I like them with some butter, and then put them in the air fryer so they can toast.
Yeah. And
then with coffee in the morning.
Air fryers almost deleted the need for a toaster in a kitchen.
Yep.
I mean, the next air fryer I get, I want to get one of the square ones so that everything kind of fits better in there. Because the round ones, things don't necessarily fit right. I want to get a little bit wider square one to use.
I think the one that Ken and Barbie gave me is a square one. I still haven't pulled it out, but
if you don't think you're going to use it, you think it could be used more here.
No, I want it. I want to pull it out. I just haven't.
Then bring it here.
Because speaking of traveling, today is also for all of you travelers. Today is National Cheap Flight Day. I don't really understand if it means like Today's the day that flights are cheaper,
No, that is not what it means.
or let me find it real quick.
It means it's the day that you should try to find a cheap airfare.
because
Airlines are never going to have a day when they're cheaper.
now that I'm paying for some of the trips, man, it says hopefully you Globetrotters marked your calendar for cheap flight day, which is August 23rd. While many people associate late August with back to school shopping, cost conscious travelers look forward to this as a season of discount airfare. With kids returning to school and summer vacations coming to an end, now is the time to take advantage of end of season travel deals. Don't miss your final boarding call. Check out those cheap deals today. It kind of makes sense because I've been getting a lot of Southwest.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that today is cheap flight day. It just, this is a cheap time to buy tickets, technically, because summer travel is over. No Spirit, and I've been told never fly Frontier.
I've never flown either one of them. Have you flown them, Charlie? Has anybody flown Frontier or Spirit? I have not flown either one of them. But they don't come up on they do come on Expedia. They do
of course they do, yeah.
They do come up. Southwest is
heard so many nightmares about both those airlines and being on board. I've just heard nightmares. And plus, I'm always like, when an airline's that low cost, how much maintenance are they actually doing? I don't trust the maintenance on the planes because the cheaper your company, the less the more corners that get cut. Southwest was pushing my limits in the old days when I first started flying Southwest.
They got pretty good. I mean, we rode
they're at a good level now. They're not the cheapest anymore by any stretch.
No.
That is not happening.
Unless you do a little hopper thing, but even then,
kind of like it's like Target. Like when Target first came out, it was cheap. They had really competitive prices, and now that's like a thing of the past. They're not competitive at all. They're just regular price like everyone else.
Yeah. So if anybody has any Frontier or Spirit stories, please share them.
Oh yeah, that would be funny to hear. I've seen some great. Like today, I got a TikTok that was about making fun of Spirit Airlines, and then the captain came on going, you question your life choices if you booked a ticket on Spirit Airlines. It's pretty funny, and you see people are like fake reacting, like, "Oh my god, like what is he saying?" And it's like, you're on Spirit Airlines, you should know.
Don't they have duct tape for seatbelts?
I heard they have the whole seats made out of duct tape. You just sitting.
Although I'm not gonna lie, I've flown. Well, JetBlue is getting better. United was. I fly United quite a bit now, but
United's not that. I'll tell you, I flew United for 20 years, put on almost 1 million miles with them. And I could say in the old days, they were awesome. And we're talking like 20 years ago. They were pretty impressive, but I don't think they're where they're at anymore. I don't think they're that impressive anymore. I've not heard I've heard a lot of bad things about flight crews being very rude, not being, not really super customer service. And then this whole policy about like, you can't check in online unless you're checking in a bag or paying for a bag. What type of ridiculous BS is this? But they're doing it and they're not alone. It's like, it's obviously they wouldn't do it if other airlines weren't doing it. And I think other airlines are doing it. And then the current airline that I've had the best recent experiences on was Virgin America, and then also Alaska Airlines, which ended up buying Virgin America. So we've had really good service with Alaska.
Because United here in LA, well, I'm sure everybody else too, but you can't check in.
You can't check in online.
Depending on the ticket that you buy, you have to check in your bag. You can't carry on a bag. And if you're gonna check in a bag, it's $35 extra. You have to pay online in order to check in. So it's basically. Have you guys ever seen the spoof that they did on United Airlines after the whole dragging up the? Yes. Yes. We'll have to find it one day.
That was such a mar in their history.
But speaking of, we've got a cool TikTok for you guys today.
Very cool.
Have I ever done anything to embarrass you?
Me?
Have I ever done anything to embarrass
Absolutely.
you? How dare you?
Without a doubt. Yes.
The audacity of you.
This is good.
Ordering my drink like a basic to embarrass my wife.
Hey there. 1 second. Can I get a venti black iced tea with 2 stevias?
Anything else?
And then a tall PSL. PSL.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Ordering.
One more time.
A tall PSL.
I'm having a hard time knowing what you're saying.
A PSL.
Are you talking about pumpkin spice?
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Oh, okay. Then let me get a tall pinkity drinkity.
I just cannot. Oh, is it tall on that?
Yeah,
Anything else?
that's it.
All right. It's going to be $8.99.
All right, thanks a lot.
I think it's actually like male. It's like,
Oh.
I think I'm about to be killed by a barista. Are they spitting in my pinkity drinkity?
Probably.
You could just drive away.
Probably.
Easy drink.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, but my husband, I can't take him anywhere. I'll go over there. I'll deal with him. Love you. Bye.
I like the pinkity drinkity.
Check it in.
I like a PSL. I didn't even know what a PSL. I didn't even know what a PSL was until she saw, do you mean pumpkin spice latte? I know, right? I would have totally made Daniel get out. I would have said, you're going out and you're going to walk in and face everyone.
Well, okay, so the reason Christian sent that to me today, and the reason it got to me right away, and I laughed about it, was when we first started dating, we would go to Starbucks, and I would be like, "One Americano, black,
Extra hot.
a couple of Splendas," and and Christian, I don't even remember what you used to drink then, but
I would like, it wasn't a PSL.
it wasn't a PSL, but
It was I'll have a grande frappuccino, double blended, no whip, and I would like to add cocoa beans to it.
and I would be like,
Daniel would just be like going nuts.
I'm like, did you
And I'm
have
like,
to be?
a grande, please.
I'm like, do you have to be so gay? Like, can you just order a regular drink? Like, stop it. And everywhere we went, I'm like, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
everywhere we go, I'm like, do you have like an iced mocha? I would love an iced mocha.
I was like,
OMG, I would kill for an iced mocha.
I'm like, stop being so. Well, this is before extra was a word. I'm like, do you
Yeah.
have to be so?
It would have been like, do you have to be so thirsty?
I'm like, stop getting all
Oh,
those
he's so
girly
nice.
drinks. You're so girly. Stop it. But this was like the first couple of, and then when cancer came, because you can't do caffeine during cancer.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden,
And
Daniel,
all of a sudden, may I have
oh
may I
my
have
God.
a soft frappuccino, double blended with soy milk, no whipped cream, please?
Yeah, that was his order. And I'm like, you are such a biatch. How dare you? How dare you?
I have cancer.
Stop being so hungry about that.
But to this day, it's like my favorite cold.
It's one of his favorite drinks. It's his go-to when he doesn't feel like an Americano or coffee.
Bitch.
Yeah.
I don't believe in cold coffee. Well, okay.
And really, he does now.
Let me specify.
Oh,
I'll
dude.
drink my coffee when it gets
When it's cold. Yeah.
Like if I
Not
haven't
iced, it doesn't get
no
iced coffee.
iced coffee is the devil juice. But
It's a drink.
but if I've been drinking it and it gets cold,
Oh,
that's
wow.
that's different.
That's not the devil. That's just how
No,
nature
no,
works.
that's how angels drink it when it's really hot up there. But but
It's how angels drink.
expressify. I'm gonna
Expressify.
use that too.
Oh, God.
Can you expressify yourself?
You
Um,
expressify.
That means talk quickly and get this over with. But yes, I I don't believe in coffee over ice. I don't think like what's the point? What's the real point? But I will
'Cause
drink.
it's like the new commercial where the girl's all, I don't understand decaf coffee. And the girl goes,
Yes.
well, sometimes you just want coffee. And she goes, or sometimes you don't want the caffeine. And she goes, then don't drink coffee.
No, she says you don't want the bitters. Sometimes you don't want the bitters. Well, then
And
don't
she's
drink.
all, then don't drink coffee. But the point is, you like the taste of coffee. You just don't want the jitters. It's
Coffee's
different.
supposed to be cold, hot. But you know, my mom used to do that. It would be hot outside, and I
Oh,
do
yeah.
that too. It would be
Oh,
burning
my
outside.
yeah.
And she would make a cup of coffee, and I'm like that too. I think baristas look at me like I'm crazy.
Because
'Cause
everyone else is ordering frappuccinos or iced teas or iced coffees, and he's or cold brew now. But he's like, I want an American coffee.
Americano. And then I look at them like they're insane. Did you want that on hot or cold?
Yeah, no. Do you want it poured over ice? They'll be like, do you want it on ice? No.
No, hot. I want it hot.
I want it hot.
God damn it.
I want it hot. I like my coffee hot and black.
Like my conscience.
Like my conscience. Like my heart.
I think I've used that dad joke way too much because some baristas are like,
Well, that's
dude,
whenever you'd order that. That's the voice I hear you ordering in. I want an Americano.
I want Americano.
I want Americano extra hot. And 2 Splendas. But I'll put those in my dang self. I don't need no one serving me.
But it's like,
The cigar. Chewing on it.
Americano for Mr. Dan.
And they'd be all Americano. Not Americano. It'd be a Americano.
Americano for Dan. That'd be me, little lady. Thank you very much.
A fond hootin' to you. Douche. Douche, Diane.
But now we know what the sounds are.
There you go, yes. You all of a sudden hear that voice. Hello, Daniel.
Yes. If you ever heard us rootin' tootin', don't come knocking.
If the room's a tootin', don't come a rootin'.
Dun, 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 dun.
That actually sounded more like a kid running, but anyway. Which is what we would sound like if we were trying to sound like horses. Oh boy, I digress.
That's just wrong.
But yeah, I used to, I don't like frappuccinos anymore. I'm kind of not into them anymore, but I do like all the iced coffee. I love my iced coffees. Like if I go to breakfast, I want an iced mocha. And if if it's the middle of the day, particularly a hot day, I want my iced something. I've even tried a cold brew lately. Cold brew with some type of foam on it. And it was really good. I was really impressed. It wasn't as bitter as I thought it would be. And everyone tells me that cold brew is actually, that's part of why people like cold brew, because it's not as bitter as the Americano extra.
Well, that's kind of the same. I mean, if you've ever made sun tea.
Yeah.
Sun brew tea. I'm thinking of the word. If you've
Yeah,
ever made
I don't know if they do that really anymore.
yeah, in Texas, you'll find it in Texas, but
Okay.
or in the South, but sun brewed tea is way different.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Shockingly enough, yeah, Dunkin' Donuts has their coffees are
They do.
incredible. And then Mickey D's, very impressed. Like You do not think McDonald's would have good coffee? Because in the old days, their coffee was the worst. It was like we collected this water out of the gutter and just added a little coffee grounds to it. But no, they really made over their whole coffee game. Mickey D's coffees are so.
Well, I was in New York a couple of weeks ago. We were stopping at McDonald's for people to get breakfast. I just get their coffee, but I was impressed that the coffee was pretty good.
Oh, is that because Daniel's too good to eat McDonald's? I'm just going to get coffee because
no, for
you're-
anybody, I don't
you're
usually
surfing.
eat. I don't eat breakfast before I go to the MC gig because I'm running around.
I ordered breakfast at the hotel already.
And
I'm full.
I don't eat breakfast. Anybody that I work with, you can ask them. I don't eat breakfast. I'll have a cookie because I'm running around and Tommy gets.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't. I get it.
But it's time. You ready?
Yes. My pick of the week is on Apple TV, and it's their original series called Invasion, which kind of weirdly is about aliens invading Earth. Like they finally come and they lay us out. We do figure out a way to kill them. It has 2 seasons. We figure out a way to not defeat them, but at least for the time to win. It seems like we won. But season 2, I haven't finished. Well, I only watched for first episode, so I know there's more to come about what we really did. But it seems so in line with where things are at now. Like, we know aliens exist now. Like, for real, aliens exist. And the government has known about it for 70 plus years. There's contracts that were written up and made, deals made with more than one alien race. And this is coming out in Senate hearings from people who know and people who are in the know. And it's funny that everyone is not reacting to it. Everyone's just like, yeah. Like, it's not real. And it's like, guys, this is real. They're not making this up. And supposedly by 2027, we may have this very invasion that this show is about. Or at the very least, they say in 2027, we're going to really meet the actual aliens that have been among us and messing around with everything and visiting us for all this time. So interesting how I feel like this show is kind of paralleling a possible turnout. Because, there's a lot of scientists who say it's like when the conquistadores came in their ships to the Newfoundland, Florida, and or the East Coast, and the Indians saw them, but they had no comprehension what a boat was. So they didn't know what was coming. They just could see it coming. And it's kind of the same concept. They're like, what's going to happen? Hopefully all these contracts and deals we've made it to where they want to work with us. And, we'll finally save our planet. Maybe stuff will come together and we'll come together as a people. But who knows? I just feel like this shows one possible avenue. I hope it doesn't happen that way. I was hoping if there's going to be an invasion, I hope it happens long after I'm gone. But either way, Invasions, it's actually a very interesting watch. And the first season was pretty darn good.
Cool. My pick of the week is, we finally saw it. We saw Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's on Amazon. I've been reading the book. I didn't finish the book because I wanted to make sure that we saw the movie before this episode today. But I am going to finish the book because there's a lot of things from the book that didn't make it in the movie, and they changed and they left out some characters. My immediate thought was it should have been a series. They should have made it episode by episode because they took away so much really cool parts about the book and their relationship. So for those of you who don't know, it is the story, Red, White, and Royal Blue is the story of the son of the president, and we have a female president and a prince. And at first they're nemesis and they don't like each other. And then through a series of interactions and things that happen to them, they end up falling in love. There's so much to it. I promise I'm not ruining the ending by telling you that they do fall in love, because the way it all happens, there were some very emotional parts. I cried in some places. I laughed in others. But I totally enjoyed it. It's on my favorite list, and I will definitely watch it again as soon as I'm done with the book. But another part that was really, really cool for me is that the dad, the first husband of the president, is Latino. So the son of the president,
He's also a senator.
yeah, and he's half Latino, so he's half Mexican American. So to me, that was really exciting. There's a good number of Latino and people of color in this movie, so definitely a watch. But it's cute, it's adorable, it's funny at parts. It's definitely a Sunday afternoon popcorn movie. So go check it out. And
it does move. It moves very fast. There's no, you will not get bored.
yes, it was really good. It was really good. But still did not pass my all-time favorite of Drop Back Home. I haven't seen Drop Back Home. I'm gonna have to check it out. My pick of the week is once again on Tubi. Love You to Death, the Gabby Petito story. Ooh, you're liking all these crime shows too. Like we started watching
hardcore into,
because we watched another episode of that in my home or
Evil. What is it? Living with Evil.
Living with Evil, is that what it is? Yeah. So we watched the second.
Evil in my home. Evil in the home.
And those are pretty good because they're based on true stories.
Well, and it's talking to the family, which it's such a different perception. And boy, there's some denial. Woo, child. But it's interesting to hear siblings, parents of people who are of these people who turned into serial killers or just killers. It's interesting to hear their perspectives and how they kind of, because people always ask, how did you not know? How do you not know your kid was a cuckoo bird? Well, one, it's your kid. Hello. Like any parent wants to believe their child's crazy. And two, that usually most of these stories, they seem like they just break. Like there's just some point where they break. They have a psychotic break.
But the two episodes that we watched, there was a lot of denial going on.
Oh, Lordy, yes.
I'm not going to tell you, just go watch it. But some of these episodes, I'm like, what? You knew something was up. Which, I mean, I'll quite honestly, it makes me think like, but anyway, you know. So what are y'all watching? What's your pick of the week? Let us know. We also want to talk to you really quick about there's a new network, a web page that we are Little Mexican Productions Inc. is collaborating with, and this is caregivingnetwork.com. I thought I was being so smart and telling Christian about it, but Christian actually knew about it before I did. And this is their webpage. You can go and choose a subject that you want to look into. We are dealing with the cancer, and then there's a LGBT support page. What you can do is you go in, you set up your page, you click on them, and you can either give support to somebody, get support from somebody. You can ask questions. There's group feeds. In these subjects, we were on the phone with the founder of the page on Monday. And while we were on the phone, we helped set up the bullying and the support LGBTQ seniors page. So you can go on there. There's me. There's my profile. This is him, Andy. And you can click on, and it opens it up. And then you can actually like direct message them and start conversations. So if you are a caregiver, if you know a caregiver, if you want to start your page and offer some suggestions or advice on things that you've been part of, if you've ever taken care of anybody, this is a good place to go. So go check it out. Again, there we go. You can do addiction, aging, Alzheimer's, HIV, Parkinson's, vision, even veterans has a space. So go check it out. It's a really good place to go. So we're going to partner with them and work on some projects for the LGBTQ plus support link.
Support
Link. So we invite you to go check them out at caregivingnetwork.com. Start your own page. And soon, very soon, the Spanish version is coming out. But if you want to start putting things in Spanish, go ahead and do that. And we'll start linking you up with other people that might either need help or can offer you help. So go check it out, caregivingnetwork.com. And we're very excited to be partnering with them and see what we can do together. So go support them.
Absolutely. And, I'm always more interested. I always have a biased interest in caregivers because I feel like that's such an overlooked group of people who I think, and it includes nurses, RNs, like everyone who does any type of caretaking is a caregiver, and nurses are just as much as everyone else. So I just think it's very important to find support for them. And I'm glad they have a category on this. And I've looked through it. Some of it's good. Some of it is interesting.
Yes, Michael, you're late. Super late. We're almost off the air.
Like not even like a little late, but super late.
Michael usually has good picks of the week. What's your pick of the week, Michael? While we get that, I want to remind everybody. What you saying? Thank you. The gentleman, the founder, reached out to him. He was the person. He launched GayNet. So he's the founder of GayNet.
And I wasn't on the net as much back then.
No, I knew about it.
.net. I just don't remember any content or what it was.
So if y'all remember being on GayNet, so the founder of GayNet is the founder of where did I just blank?
Founder of Caregiver Network.
Caregivernetwork.com. Thank you. But remember, folks, if you are interested in Grumpy Bunny and the Colors Game, those books are still up in English and Spanish, $25 signed and delivered. Just go to littlemexicproductions.com/Grumpy Bunny. You can order directly from there. If you are interested in the alignment, transpersonal coaching, if you want to identify, acknowledge, and remove barriers in your life that are stopping you from growing personal or professionally, just email me at danielggarza@littlemexicproductions.com and I'll reach out with prices and schedules. These are good for one-on-ones, for groups, for team building workshops, and we can do those in person or virtual. Only if you are in the Orange County area or if you're willing to fly me out where you are. Remember, Zodiacs is coming back on Friday, October 6th. We're back. But meanwhile, if you don't want to get a reading from me, please visit Richard Wayne Kilgo II. He's over at Awakenings in Laguna Hills. You can contact them at 949-457-0797 or contact him directly in his Instagram page at RWKII and get some information from him. So all these things going on.
I agree, Michael. This Fool, I watched season 1. It was fantastic. It's very funny. Yeah, of Homeboy Industries. Yeah, I love it. I didn't know season 2 had already launched. I knew it was coming. So cool. I'm going to look for season 2. Thank you for the heads up.
For now, I'm going to be in San Jose, California this weekend for all of the friends up there. I'll be visiting Maddie.
San Jose?
I'm going to be in San Jose.
Or San Jose?
And so we'll be visiting Maddie. She's not on tonight because they're celebrating Anthony.
Not we, you.
I'll be visiting Maddie. Sorry.
I know you were saying it feels weird visiting her without me now.
I'll be visiting Maddie.
I'm so jealous because she is such a good cook, and she's gonna cook something for you.
But I'll be at the.
Is Inara still there?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm so jealous. I want to see Inara.
I mean,
bye, Charlie. Thank you as always.
I really don't care if she's there or not. Like whatever. But for those of you up in that area, I'll be working at the Morgan Hills Sports Complex. So if you're anywhere near there,
Morgan Hill.
Costa Rica, I wish. Not yet.
Costa Rica, San Jose.
Then I'm gonna roll in and hang with Christian. Yes, Come and visit.
Yes.
We would love you to come and visit, Emery. But for now, we want to thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Love you, Nancy. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.